There's a man out there, a man who's tired of pretending, tired of smiling when his soul feels heavy, tired of standing in rooms full of noise and still feeling unseen. He's been quiet lately, not because he has nothing to say, but because he's learning that silence speaks louder than words. He's not chasing attention anymore. He's chasing something far more dangerous: clarity. He's been disappearing from people, from parties, from meaningless noise, because deep down he knows something's changing. He's walking alone, not because he's lost, but because he's finally found the courage to stop following the crowd. You know who I'm talking about, don't you? Yeah? It's you. There comes a point in every man's life when the noise becomes too much, when the faces around him start to blur, and every conversation feels empty, when he realizes he's surrounded by people, yet feels completely alone. That's when the transformation begins. The lone wolf arc doesn't start with success. It starts with silence. It starts with loss. It starts when you walk away from comfort, from validation, from everything that once made you feel safe. You begin to notice how meaningless most things are, how much time you wasted trying to be understood, how often you bent your back just to fit into places you'd outgrown. And that's when you vanish, not to escape the world, but to rebuild yourself away from it. At first, it's chaos. Your phone goes silent. Your old friends stop checking in. You start questioning everything: your purpose, your value, your direction. You stare at the ceiling some nights, wondering if you made the right choice, but then something strange happens. The quiet starts to feel like home. You stop craving noise. You stop needing validation. You stop explaining yourself. And the longer you stay in solitude, the sharper your vision becomes. You begin to see who you truly are without filters, without masks, without lies. The man you were starts to fade. The man you're meant to become starts to rise. Isolation isn't loneliness. It's purification. You cut people off, not because you hate them, but because you're learning to love yourself enough to stop tolerating what weakens you. You start to understand. The journey to greatness was never meant to be crowded. Every wolf must walk alone, for it leads the pack. So you build in silence. You heal in silence, you cry in silence, and you rise in silence, because the noise outside can't guide you where you're going. This chapter is meant to be written with pain, patience, and prayer. And when the world wonders where you went, tell them this: I didn't disappear, I evolved. Once the silence settles, the real work begins. Every man wants to rise, but few are willing to bleed for it. You wake up tired. You train when nobody's watching. You study when everyone else is sleeping. You push yourself past limits that used to break you. You're not motivated anymore. You're possessed. The lone wolf doesn't wait for the perfect moment. He creates it. There are days when you'll want to quit, when your body screams for rest, when your mind tells you it's pointless. But that's when you remind yourself, this pain is temporary. This hunger is sacred. And every rep, every word, every sacrifice is a brick in the empire you're building in the dark. You start to realize something profound. No one's coming to save you. No one's clapping for you. No one's checking your progress. And yet you move, you grind, you stay disciplined, because now it's not about proving others wrong. It's about proving yourself right. The man you were, lazy, distracted, inconsistent, he's gone, buried under the weight of every disciplined day. You refuse to give up, Discipline becomes your language, structure becomes your peace, and purpose becomes your oxygen. Every morning feels like war, and every night feels like victory. You're not in competition with anyone anymore. You're in competition with who you were yesterday. But here's the truth they never tell you. Discipline hurts. It breaks you before it builds you. There are nights you'll feel empty. Days when the grind feels meaningless. Moments when you question whether it's worth it. But remember, the darkest nights are where the stars are born, and one day, you'll wake up and realize you've become everything you once prayed for. The winter didn't end suddenly. It faded quietly, just like it began. And somewhere between those long nights and silent mornings, you changed. The routine that once felt like punishment now feels like purpose. You move differently now, slower, calmer, certain, because the storm you survived didn't destroy you, it defined you. You've walked through darkness, and now you understand light in ways others never will. You've lost people, but found yourself, and this is your rebirth. You're no longer seeking purpose, you are the purpose. You're no longer waiting for the right time. You are the time. You don't chase opportunities. You create them. You are the storm. That silence was preparing. The man, the pain was shaping. The wolf that winter was training. The world may not recognize you yet, but that's okay. Because kings return quietly, and when they do, the world bows. So when the coming year arrives, it won't meet the same man who entered the last. It will meet the evolved version, the one who faced his demons and didn't flinch. The one who learned that comfort kills potential, the one who now moves with divine purpose. Let them talk, let them doubt, let them laugh, because when the smoke clears, you'll be standing where they said you'd never reach. This is the Lone Wolf Arc, a sacred passage every great man must endure. It's not a phase, it's a prophecy. It's the quiet rebirth of every soul destined for greatness. And if you're walking through it right now, if you're tired, if you're misunderstood, if you're all alone, congratulations. You're exactly where you need to be, because this loneliness isn't your punishment, it's your awakening. The world won't understand it now, but one day they'll see. One day they'll speak your name with respect. Until then, keep walking, keep grinding, and keep believing, because the wolf who walks alone isn't lost. He's just walking a path no one else was strong enough to follow. And when he returns, he doesn't bark, he doesn't beg, he doesn't boast, he simply stands tall, because deep down he knows the silence wasn't his downfall, it was his becoming. So remember, the coming year won't save you, you will save yourself. And when that happens, the world will witness what only you knew in your darkest hour. The birth of a new king, the rise of a lone wolf, and the beginning of your legend.